Hello everybody, this is Technoli, and today we've got a nice little build here. We've got this Cooler Master case. I really like the looks of this thing for the money. It's got a glass panel on the side, so that's cool. You've got your ports up here, on-off switches, and let's see, what else? So on this build, we're going to do an i5-9400. We're going to use the onboard graphics because a lot of us have been having problems getting Intel 630 graphics to work. So we're going to get it working with Hackintosh. We're going to use this Vengeance DDR4 RAM right here. And we've got a little cheap power supply, Astro Power Series 450 watt. It works good. I haven't had any issues with them. I've had a couple, and they work good. Then we've got, of course, our Sabrent 256 gigabyte of NVMe hard drive, and the wonderful MSI H310M Pro M2 Plus motherboard. Now, why, you say, why in the world would you choose another MSI motherboard? Because of price. This system is all about price. I'm trying to keep it around 400 bucks. So this was the best deal for the money, and I'm sure it'll work just fine. And then I've got a Thermaltake CPU fan. It's a nice cooler for 10 bucks. And it should do really well with our i5 and keep it nice and cool. So there we go. We're going to make this a Windows machine, and then we're going to turn it into a Hackintosh and see what kind of performance this thing is willing to give us. So what do you think? Is it a go or is it a no? Let's get started on this one. Okay guys, let's get into this one. You know we're going to start with that motherboard. So let's pull that out and open this up. I just want to show you how cute this little thing is. A little M-ATX motherboard. And so here we go. It's got your VGA, your DVI. It's got, of course, HDMI. A couple of USB 3s. It looks like USB 2 here. I'm not sure about these. Probably 2s because they're black. We don't need that many 2s, but that's what we have. And LAN and sound. Real simple board. It does have our M.2 slot. So for an inexpensive board, I think this board's $58. That's really nice. We've got a couple of PCIEs here, so we could put in, and I think I will put in our Wi-Fi Bluetooth card for the Hackintosh side of it and see if that works with this setup. We've got 2 slots for RAM. I'm going to put 16 gig in here. We've got a PCIe for graphics if we ever wanted to upgrade, so that's cool. Got 4 SATAs, USB 3 header on the back. And what else do we have here? Got, of course, our CMOS battery, audio connector. It's even got a serial port. Can you believe that? A couple of USB headers, so we're good to go with this. All right. Now, what comes in the box? Okay, some SATAs. We're going to need this shield. And it comes with a screw for the hard drive, for the M.2. I don't need those, so I'll leave those in the box. Let me set this down. I got a wood table, guys, so I'm okay. She's not going to get shocked. Now, you know we like to use our box as an insulator when we're putting on our processor. Okay, let's open up this beautiful baby right here. All right, I'm going to be surprised to see the performance on this because I haven't tested this processor. The specs are really good on it, so I'm thinking this will be good enough to maybe to do some video editing. Nothing huge, but some video editing, and definitely for logic users. All right, so here's my CPU. Now it does come with a fan, but let's take a look at it. Yeah, it's got the heatsink compound. Yeah, that's really... Maybe that's all it needs. I'm sure Intel knows what they're doing for temperatures, but that is really a skimpy little fan. So I still think I'm going to use the other fan because I know how quiet that fan is, that Thermaltake fan. So I think I'm going to use that instead of this. I'll just put it back in the box. All right, let's get it mounted. Let's get to some good stuff. All right, so let's open her up. And we're going to get some thermal paste to put on here because I've used that fan before. And I don't even know if it came with any thermal paste or not, but I always get a little tube. So here we go, guys. It's got a couple notches up here, one on each side, and they go right up there, just like you would think it would go in. Very gentle. Don't touch these pins at all. If you bend the pins, then we're going to have to start all over and get another motherboard. Just lay it in there and then just wiggle her around a little bit, make sure she's seated. And then we can lower this down, put down our bar, and if that doesn't pop off by itself, just pull it off. All right. Looks good, doesn't it? Let's put some thermal paste on this. So I like to put a little bit in the middle. This processor doesn't get very hot, obviously. And then a little dot on each corner, which should be just plenty. Okay? So it doesn't take much. All right. So now I've got this little plate I got to put on the back. Just goes like that. It can only go one way. It should only go one way because it's got that little hole in it, okay? Set it down right there. And I'm going to put it on like this because my fan header's back here. Okay, get it started. I like to do a little crisscross method. Not tighten them all down until I get them all started pretty good. And that way we get equal pressure. Okay, there we go. And there we go. That one and that one. All right, let's put our fan header on. Right there. Okay, perfect. All right, so let's put our M.2 in. Just grab that puppy out of there. Just kind of go in at an angle a little bit, guys. Doesn't have to be a crazy angle. And then just slide her in. And all motherboards come with a screw. At least they should. If they didn't, then they probably, somebody took it out before they shipped it. All right, and one screw, hold that down a little bit. And we'll put it in there. We don't have to tighten it crazy. There we go. Now, while I'm right here, let's go ahead and throw the RAM in. So we're going to line up the notches. So that's wrong because, see the notches right there? So it only goes in one way. All right, and then just spread these open. Only this side spreads open. So that's cool. We'll just slide it down in. We love hearing that little snap. And then the other one just goes in right next to it. You want to put in pairs. If you're going to go with 32, get two 16s. This is 2 8s right here, so we're good to go. All right, so let's get the case out. What do you say? Let's get going. Okay, guys, so here's our case. You know, it's pretty decent. I don't think it was like, I think it was $45. Really cheap, but decent quality, I have to say. Let's get her opened up. Let's see if they put screws in here for us. I see it's got a case fan in it. That's nice. It came with it. So we don't have to buy any extra case fan. like we say, this doesn't get very hot anyways, which is kind of nice. You don't have to worry about this computer getting super hot or anything. All right, let me set these down. What do you think? Pretty decent case, right? Okay, it comes with a little package here. Let's see what's in there. All right, what's up here? Wow, what is this? Looks like some case parts. That almost looks like a handle. Let's go up here somehow. We're gonna have to check that out to see what these are for. Just look like trim pieces. I bet that goes up here. All right. Well, let's leave them out because I'll forget about it if I don't. All right, then we've got, oh, white ones. You've got your choice, guys. You can have a two-tone case, white and red or black and red. Very cool. We'll have to see what looks best. Look at that. Don't you love when they give you some screws and some zip ties right in the case? Cooler Master, guys. Love it. Okay, it's got a warranty of some sort. I don't know what a case needs a warranty for. It either works or it doesn't, right? Oh, I guess for the CPU or for the fan. So look here, guys. We've got an extra part. No, this goes right here. All right, for the power supply. We can put we got a lot of hard drive space. Okay, these are full size bays right here, and then you could put a 2.5 inch SATA up here. This almost looks like another place for hard drive, but I'm not sure yet. We got all of our header cables. They've already run them kind of in the back. Let's see if that works for cable management. And I know you guys complained about my cable management on the last build, but I didn't want to go through all of the time to show you how cable management is done. So I just want you guys to do a nice job. Okay. So let's see. We're going to put our I/O shield in here, but we need some standoffs for this case. It came with 2 mounted, but we need 1, 2, 3, and we need 1 on the end here. Looks like, yep. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 standoffs put in there. So let's open up the screws and see if this has got our standoffs in it. Nice. All right. Wow. Heavy duty. Okay, cool. So here's a standoff. I got 1, 2, 3. I need 4 total. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, and yeah, 4. Okay. All right, so let's see if we can finger tighten these in until I get my socket. Not really. Hold on. Okay, I've got a little 3/16 right here. We'll just screw them in. We don't have to get crazy, guys. Just tighten them up a little bit. And right here. One in this corner. And one right here. This case says it takes micro ATX or mini ITX. So you could put a mini in here if you wanted. That's good to know. All right, here's my I/O shield. So we'll just go ahead and put this in. And let's see if it'll snap into place. Let's see. There we go. Yep, no problems. All right, now let's see if these screws are coarse thread or fine thread. Let's see where my screwdriver is. There it is. Okay. Okay, they're coarse thread screws. Now, let's see if they made different ones. Nope, they just gave us a bunch of the ones here with the big round head on them. I really like those screws. Okay, let's just get this in here. There it is. Let's make sure we're lined up on the back. Isn't that pretty? Okay. Now let's get her tightened down. This is a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws on this one. I think that'll hold it. My gosh, right? Okay, one there. And one up here. Solid case. It's not the cheapest case I've ever seen. It's really decent, guys. All right, there we go. While I'm right here, I'm going to go ahead and put this header, the fan header, on its motherboard plug. So that works. Right over here, just the right length. And right on that system header. Keep it out of the way so it doesn't get in our fan, okay? All right, what do you say we put in a power supply? Now, guys, I went cheap on the power supply, like I said. This doesn't even have a PCIe. So if you're going to use a graphics card on this one, upgrade your power supply a little bit, because this one's really bare bones. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and get this mounted. Alright, that's cool. Now, it's got these big thumb screws. Why couldn't we use these for the power supply? I don't know why it came with so many thumb screws. But I kind of like the way that looked, because the case, let's see, the case side gets 2. So yeah, we've got plenty of thumb screws. We can use these. Let me show you here. We can use these thumb screws to mount the power supply. That's kind of cool. Now, guys, I'm taking a risk here that I didn't test the motherboard before I put it in. So I usually hook up the power supply to the board before I mount it in the case, but I'm having faith today. I just feel like it's a good day. That one's a little tough to get into. All right. All right. So there we go. It's good looking, isn't it? I'm happy with that. Got plenty of room in this case. My gosh, I love that. Compared to that ITX we just did. I'm going to go ahead and put my 24 pin on right there. And then I've got... This does use an 8-pin power connector in that corner. Real easy to get to, guys. Love this board. Love this build. This is so convenient. All right, let's go ahead and put these cables on. Here's our audio header for our front panel audio, and it is keyed, so you can't mess it up. So you just match up the pins. Yep, right there. Just slide it on the header, audio header. Okay, now we've got, this is our switches, our reset switch, our power LED, and our hard drive light And this is USB for the front. Let's go ahead and put that header on the USB. Yeah, I've got one right here. Okay, yeah, that's USB. And then this is for USB 3 on the front, and that's this big connector right here. Perfect. Okay guys, so let's put on our cables for our on-off switches and our lights. So it's right here. It is JFP1, and I'm going to start with the hard drive LED. We want the plus sign to go toward the back of the case, and this goes right here toward the bottom. There's 2 rows of pins. Okay, and then let's put the power LED right above it, and the plus sign also goes toward the back of the case. I'm going to hold this one on while I'm putting on the other one because it'll pop up on me. Okay. Got the plus on. Let's get the negative on. All right. Now, we've got reset, which is going to be next to hard drive, and it's going to be toward the bottom. The reset switch, I'm going to hold these other ones on while I'm putting this one on. Okay, and then the power goes right above the reset, and it doesn't matter which direction you put these because they're not plus or minus. They're just turning on and off the board or resetting the board. And there we go. We're done with that. All right, so looking pretty good. You know, we could probably do better with cable management if we wanted to, but I'll let you guys play with that. Just want to show you the basic build, and this looks really good. We got all this room, got a nice fan down here, or an intake down here, but our fan is blowing up, so, and the fan doesn't have, or the power supply doesn't have any vents on it, so it really wouldn't pay to put the power supply in the other way because it wouldn't be doing anything. So this is going to suck the cool air in and blow it up, and then this one will blow it out. That'll work. All right, there we go. Now, okay guys, so you remember we got these different colored plastic trim pieces? You can take out the red and put in the black or put in the white. So your choice. The case comes in 3 different colors. And of course the bottom one here, this one comes off, you put in the black or the white. I like the red, it's fine. All right, let's get it powered up. Let's get Windows on it, and let's get to some benchmarks on this puppy dog. Okay guys, so I haven't pre-tested this, so we're gonna see together if it works. Let me put my keyboard USB dongle in here, and let's hook up some cables. So I've got power here. Hook up power, and the switch is on. And let's hook up HDMI, and let's see if it works. Ooh, it turned on. Let's see if it lights up on the screen. Nothing yet. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. All right, let's get into the BIOS here. And I'm going to go ahead and stick in my Windows disk, or my Windows USB, so we can get booted up here. Let me hit the reset button. We'll go into the BIOS and change a couple of things. And then I'm going to switch cameras and go to our capture card. Okay, so we're in. So let me go over to the capture card so you guys can see the rest of this video. Hold on. Okay guys, so we're in the BIOS, and I always like to go to advanced mode like this. And you guys have seen these screens before. This is MSI. And we just go to settings,
And we're going to just make sure everything is set properly. But you know what? I'm going to make this even easier because we're on Windows. Let's go to Save and Exit, and let's restore the default settings for this board right out of the box. So let's check it out. Security we don't care about. Let's go up to System, nothing. Advanced. So we're just doing everything. Let's see. All right. We're doing everything by default. Integrated peripherals. Yep, everything's fine. There we go. Graphics. 100. Let's see. How many megs can? Yeah, 64 megabytes we're dedicating to the HDMI. We don't need handoff on for Windows. We can turn off this. We don't need a serial port. So we got everything by default. Okay, fast boot and everything. So let's go out of here. I've got my Windows USB stick in there, and we can just save and exit, and we can get into Windows. Now, whenever you reset BIOS on a computer, you know, it has to kind of reset itself. So it might reboot once, twice, 3 times. You just never know. But you'll come back up. So I'm going to press the F11 key to get to the boot menu because I want to make sure I am booting from the Windows USB stick. Okay, so right there it is. So here we go. Now you guys know Windows install is super fast. I wish the Hackintosh world was this fast, but it's not. So we'll just give this a second, get in here, get Windows installed, and run a couple of benchmarks on it. So we'll go next, install. I do have some things on this NVMe. This is an NVMe I had laying around, and I had something on it. I don't have a product key right now, and you guys know how to get around that, right? Just say I don't have it. I'm going to put on home, and let's see here. We're going to go to accepting Microsoft's terms, and then we'll go to custom, and see I've got some stuff on here. So I'm going to delete everything I have on here because I don't want anything to be interrupting. So there's my full drive, and we'll just click next, and away it goes. It'll start installing Windows 10 on this thing. Now this shouldn't take too long, guys. I'll come back when it gets closer down here. It's going real fast. But I'm really excited to see the benchmarks on this because I'm thinking we should put this up against the Ryzen, what is it? The Ryzen 5 3600 that I still have. I still have that processor. And I was thinking we could do a shootout between that system and this system. So we're kind of in the low to mid price range. And let's just see what happens. Hey guys, coming down to it here, 95-96%. Hey, I want to let you know this back case fan really is dead quiet, but it really puts out some air. So it's just freezing inside this case. No problems. We're not going to have any issues with heat on this system. All right, let's hit enter. And let's pull out the thumb drive because we don't need it now for Windows. And we'll finish up the install. Okay, let's see where we're going here. We were getting ready for a little bit of time there. Oh, it looks like we're rebooting. Yep, it's a reboot. Here we go. Going to finish up the install. Really excited to see the graphics on this. Now, I don't have my Ethernet cable plugged in, my LAN cable plugged in, because I don't want to have to sign into Microsoft to get my install done. I hate that. All right. Yep. No, I don't have a secondary keyboard. No, I don't have an internet connection. Sorry. No, I'm going to go with limited setup. That way we can get around that. let's name it i5-9400. I like that name. No password. No, I don't want this, and I decline that, and I'll accept your terms and all your things you're going to steal from me. That's okay. We're getting ready. We're getting everything ready for you. All right, guys, this is going to take a little bit, but not too long, really. It's pretty quick. Woo! Here we are. Now, I'm going to have to load a few drivers just to get everything nice and clean. But I'm going to plug in my Ethernet cable because I have to download some stuff. So, let's see here. All right. Now, as soon as it sees a connection, it's going to try to get me to log in with Microsoft again, but we got a trick to get around that. Come on. Come on. There, see? Now that you've connected to a network, we're able to finish up the device. So we click OK. It takes you back to here. And you just say, skip for now. Now we're done with their nonsense. Okay. So here we go. We've got internet. Everything's wonderful there. Let's go to the system here and just see what we have. There we go. So we've got our 2.9 i5-9400. Let's see. It's our MSI MicroStar board. We've got our 16 gigs of RAM. And everything is beautiful. Just love it. All right. So now let's go ahead and download Cinebench, Geekbench. And as soon as I get these downloaded, we'll run them, guys. Okay, guys, so I've got Crystal Disk Mark on here because I want to check. You know, this is a cheap motherboard. We all know that. I just want to see what the read and write speeds are on this M.2 I got in here. So let's see how bad the motherboard performs with it. Okay, 1700 is not a horrible number. That's our read number, and our write number will be coming right up. 1250. Respectable numbers. I mean, it's not like a, 3000 that we did on the Design Air gigabyte board, but not bad for a $58 motherboard. And the CPU, of course. Okay, let's go to Geekbench. Throw this on real quick. All right, let's run it. Okay, guys, coming down to the end here. Let's see what kind of score we can get out of this. $1143. You know, that's not a bad number at all. 5314 is not crazy number, but let's compare that. Let's compare it to a Mac. So we've got 1143, right? 1143. Wow. That's like a MacBook Pro late 2019. I thought that was a good score. But on the multi, it's not going to be near as good. It was 5314 on a multi. Let's see, 5314, 53. So iMac, early 2019. Also an i5-9600. So that would make sense, wouldn't it? So we're a little better than that. Those aren't bad numbers. Let's see. Let's do a graphics test. This is just OpenCL on the Intel onboard graphics. Let's run a test and see what we come up with. Okay, guys. Coming down to it here on that. Let's see. 5695. What does that compare to? Let's look at that. 5695. 56. Okay, it's way down here. Way down here. 5695. Okay. There's a 5694. Well, that's a GeForce 765M. There's the 630 graphics, so it's doing what it's supposed to. You know, it's pretty low end, guys. It's not going to be a big help. But you know what's going to be exciting about this particular build is to see how Logic Pro does on it when we go to Hackintosh World, okay? So, yeah, no incredible numbers. All right, let's go to Cinebench. Let's run this and see what numbers we can come up with. We're going to really see how bad it is. All right, guys, here we go. Okay, guys, can I get a drum roll, please, on this one? I'm hoping for the best. 2398. Let's see. That is right above an i7-6700. Directly, like almost the same numbers as this i7-7700K. That's not bad performance, guys. That's a generation, let's see, 2 generations older, that i7. We're about the same performance, so this isn't that bad. Kind of impressive. All right, so what do you guys think? Is it a contender? Will it compete with the Ryzen 5 3600? Will it compete? $174. Look here, guys, I want you to see this. So $175 for a Ryzen 5 3600 6-core, and this processor, these are about the same price processor. That's why I was thinking that we could do a shootout. 189. There we go. That's going to be our shootout. 6 cores. 6 cores on the Ryzen. Right here in our future, we're going to do a shootout between these two price points. Same price processors. Awesome. That'll be fun. Okay, guys, what do you think of this video? I think it was fun to see how it works. We're going to do this computer on a Hackintosh. Yep, we're going to get those onboard graphics to work, and let's see how it performs as a Hackintosh. All right? Coming this week, guys. Did you know? Here's a little tip. Did you know that 80% of the people that watch my videos are not subscribers? Can you believe this? Come on, guys, hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next one.